This is Bucky. He is a goat, and once again, you can clicker train any animal. It doesn't matter if it's a cat or a dog or a goat or a horse. You can even clicker train chickens. So I haven't worked with Bucky in quite a while. Last time we worked, I taught him to touch a cone with his nose, which when I brought the cones in, he clearly remembered, even though it was 2 years ago. What I want to do is warm him up and teach him to touch my hand. This will be a good way to remind him what the clicker means. Once you find a treat that your animal that you're working with likes, then you can move forward. But obviously Bucky didn't like a lot of the treats I had brought, or wasn't as interested. He eventually ate some of the things, but what I found a horse treat that he really is liking. So now I'm going to go ahead and start with the teaching him to touch my hand. He's obviously really interested in the treat and my pouch, so I need to get him oriented away from it. So I'm going to teach him that the way that you get a cookie is not by pushing on my treat pouch, but actually doing a behavior. So, and because Bucky and I have done this once before, he actually has some memory of it clearly. So now I can start saying touch. Oops, there's a carrot. Problem is I have too many carrots in there. It's right here. Touch. Touch. Good. All right, so Bucky clearly remembers what the touch is. And now I'm going to have him touch the cone first. So we're going to have him touch. I know. Touch. No, all the way touch. Good. So I'm clicking when he actually makes contact with it, so he's isn't lazy about it. Touch. Good. You can see how engaged he is, and he's actually really enjoying this. Last time he had so much fun, I could barely stop. Touch. No. Touch. There you go. And sometimes when they make mistakes like that and he doesn't reach it all the way, that's the way for them to learn that they actually have to touch it. So it's important that you don't always give in, because sometimes that's a learning moment. When they make that mistake, it's not a bad thing. It allows them to know the difference and know exactly what you're looking for. So if I clicked when he just was a couple inches away, he wouldn't know that what I'm actually wanting him to do is touch it. And so if he struggles, I can always get it closer too. So now we're going to try something. Now that he knows that this is a touch, I'm just going to see if I put it on the ground if he will touch it. Now, the hard part about this is Bucky gets way into this, so it's hard to get him to not be with me. So what I'm going to do is give him a cookie over here to distract him for a minute. And then let's see if he goes over and touches it. After he finishes that cookie, let's see. Touch. Yes, good job. Touch. Yes, good job. And you notice that time when he heard the click, he actually turned back to me because he's looking to get his treat once he hears the click. Let's see if I can distract him again and get a little more distance. Come here. So that's just to distract him. Touch. Let's see if he can do this. Touch. No. I'm going to give him a second and see if he can figure it out. He's putting his head over here, being cute. Touch. That was close. See if I can get him to go a little further. Bucky. Touch. So this is confusing him. He just wants a free treat. So let's see if we put it on the ground. Touch. Good. He's just not quite ready for it to be that high, probably. Good boy. There's a distraction. Let's see if we do it again. Touch. Touch. Yes, good job. What if I put it up here now? You touch it? What about if it's here? Touch. Good. And sometimes moving things, it makes it more difficult. Touch. So I lowered my criteria because this is harder for him, so I let him get a click even though he didn't touch that all the way, because being higher, it's more complicated for him. Touch. And for whatever reason, being on the ground is easier for him. All right, let's do one more like this, and then let's do something different. Yeah. Look. He won't take my bait for distraction anymore. It's down here. Oh, he likes my training touch. So this is actually kind of a fun thing to recognize, is that he has the option of having free treats over there. I put some of the same treats I'm feeding him, but he would rather have work for the treats than just get them for free. So this just is a perfect example of how this kind of training, this positive training, clicker training, helps you bond with your animals. Because it's not just all about the food in a lot of situations, it's also about the relationship. So he would rather be here working and touching this than just get that free treat on the ground. So that's just a nice, good take-home message of why this kind of training is beneficial. Not just that it's low stress, but it's also more fun for your animal. So I have some treats here in my hand, and I have the clicker as well. I'm going to start with him in front of me, and then I'm just going to see if I can lure him to walk around me. There you go. Move that hiney. Eventually I would be able to fade out my treat, and then I will be able to get him to just go around. And I'd probably add a word like around, or I could probably teach him to walk backwards just by doing some of the similar things that we did with Isabeau with the horse. I hope that this was a helpful segment, and we'll see you next time.